Please tell me your secrets. Take me to your leader. Ladies, gentlemen, and haradrim of all ages, how do you feel about cows? The cow level is an enduring staple of Diablo. Players theorize its existence in the first Diablo game, which arguably was what caused it to exist in the future, being a genuine part of Diablo 2, where you could combine some specific items to make a portal and then be brought into this insane hell realm, also known as a nice open field with tons of bipedal cows that also have polearms. This actually became one of the best ways to grind XP in the game for a while too, which is honestly incredibly silly. In Diablo 3 there was not the cow level, which was, well, another cow level, but also there was Whimsydale, a land full of rainbows and ponies, and I have vivid memories of playing this game with my brother and landing here for the first time, just in full confusion, but having a really great time. That said, what's up with Diablo 4 then? The cow level, not the cow level, the concept has now become a staple in the series, and so long-term fans have had one hot question since Diablo 4 came out, and honestly even a little bit before that. Where is the cow level in Diablo 4? Is there even a cow level in this game? And well, today we are going to talk about all of that. And to put it simply, there is almost definitely a cow level in Diablo 4. It is all but confirmed because of what has been found so far, and while we will go over everything that the community has learned about it, we don't know all of the steps for entry quite yet, so sadly you cannot yet just walk through and experience it for yourself. But maybe soon. Before we begin, I want to point in the direction of the Not Finding a Cow level Discord. This is full of data miners and other just cow blood hungry players, almost 10,000 people all gathered together, working hand in hand, trying the silliest things in the weirdest places in an attempt to get to the cow level. This is a public Discord, you can search it up and join, no problem. That said, let's go on a bovine journey. The first step, without a doubt, is this lovely fountain in Kedbardu, the capital city of the Dry Steppes. This has 4 oxen statues, one in each corner. You can actually interact with only one of them, which is named the Oxen God of the East, on the eastern side of the fountain. He tells us that one who presents a worthy offering cleansed in these waters may gain their blessing. As well, there is an old tablet that you can interact with in the fountain that tells you, spill their blood to be deemed worthy. As for the first part, what the Oxen God tells us, we actually know a fair amount about that. Essentially, the quote-unquote quest, though it is uncertain if it would ever actually go in your quest journal, is to find 3 specific relics across the map, bring them back to this fountain, and then cleanse them in the waters, at which point you will be given a key to a hidden cellar. Data mining has told us what these relics are. We know their very general location, what they look like, we know their tooltips, we know what the key looks like when you've cleansed all of them, and we also know where the cellar is that the key opens. But even if you were to accomplish all of that, theoretically there is one more step within the cellar that we have not worked out yet. That said, nobody in the cow level Discord has even confirmed the drop of one of these relics, but it is entirely possible that one of them might have been found. After all, while there are 10,000 people actively a part of this search, there are millions of people playing the game. But even then, we do know a fair bit about these items. They definitely are not guaranteed drops. They don't seem to be drops from killing any kind of enemy in any specific way, but actually rewards for some sort of event, either like a world event or just something a little bit sneakier that just happens while you're walking by. The first relic is the Bloody Wooden Shard. We know due to data mining that this is found in either Hawazar or Kyrgyzstan, which obviously is a really big area to search. It's 2 entire regions of the game, but we know it's something to do with events that are in those regions. This is, for anyone who knows, for all intents and purposes, Wirt's leg in a bag. The prosthetic peg leg of a man who was sadly slaughtered long ago. As the tooltip will tell you, it is a worn, blood-stained chunk of wood with leather straps and the letter W crudely carved onto one side, which seems like a dead ringer for Wirt's leg. This was one of 2 items required to open the portal to the cow level in Diablo 2, and so this quite clearly connects directly to our goals of cow level travel. The second relic is the Musty Tome. This one is found somewhere in either Sko's Glen or the Fractured Peaks, and you can tell even by looking at it, but the tooltip pretty much confirms it. This is an aged Tome of Town Portal, the item that you used in Diablo 2 to travel around to create portals. It is now old and musty because, well, these days in the modern game we can create portals without spellbooks, so why would anyone need to keep this in good shape? In any case, a Tome of Town Portal was the second item needed to to get to the cow level in Diablo 2, and so yes, again, this is quite clearly related to the goal. Then the third relic is the intricate metallic fragment. This appears to be a small piece of the transmutation cube, which was used in Diablo 2 and 3 for crafting and enhancing gear, and this is where you would put Wirt's Leg and the Town of Tome portal together to enter the cow level. This one is theoretically found in the dry steppes, and potentially specifically during Helltide, but that is a little bit unconfirmed. Data miners have just noticed a bit of a correlation there between the area and the Helltide. That said, you cleanse each of these different relics in the fountain, and then you will be given a secret key, specifically called the Strange Key. It does not tell you what it unlocks, but it does tell you that it has some kind of power. And if you look at the shape itself, well, the key clearly has a C as a part of the shape. C for cow, cow level. It adds up really too well. Essentially, this is the next step. It is not the final step though, because we actually do know what this should unlock, and that is a specific cellar that is in the game files but not visible to anyone in the game currently because we don't have the key, which is called the Forlorn Hovel. Where is this? On the eastern tip of Skosglen. Who told us to cleanse the relics? The Oxen God of the East. What does the eastern tip of Skosglen look like? The head of a goddamn cow.
Coincidence? I think not!
In this area over here, there are a bunch of cows. Again, it is just so fitting. Of course there's cows here. Why would there not be cows here? And in theory, if you have the key, you will see the cellar in this area. Once you enter the cellar, we don't know what happens yet. It is believed that this won't just straight up lead right to the cow level itself, but there is at least one more step within the cellar. One somewhat obscure thing that you have to do within it to make the cow level appear. But that's everything that we know so far, thanks to the data miners and the tireless hours of cow level searching from thousands of players who just want to help unravel the mystery. Now that you know all of this, keep your eyes out. Hey, maybe one of you has picked up one of these relics and didn't even realize it, right? You never know. You could become the first person to find one of the most legendary parts of Diablo 4, the secret hidden cow level. Honestly, I love stuff like this. This is just like a giant puzzle that the whole community is coming together to solve one little bit at a time. In previous Diablo games, it was a lot simpler to actually reach these secret levels, and in comparison, it seems as though the path to the cow level is much harder to achieve. You could argue that it is entirely due to the era that we are in, where in Diablo 2 it was just combining a couple of items post-story. In Diablo 3 it was crafting a very specific polearm that required a lot of luck and then you're off to the races. In Diablo 4 the process seems to be quite arduous in comparison. And I have to imagine that is simply because, well, data miners not only exist, but are very commonplace now. And so if you want something to be relatively secret in your video game, to be hard to access or at least unknown to the community for a while, you really have to bury it deep in those files. You have to make it difficult for anyone to connect the dots, and the result is a sort of a real-time investigation by a large number of players, all just working together, spending time with each other, and really building camaraderie over one specific concept, wanting to slaughter field after field of helpless cowmen with polearms. I hope you've enjoyed this breakdown of the search for the cow level so far then, everyone, and let me know if you want to stay updated on any future breakthroughs on this concept. Of course, when the cow level is actually found, we'll definitely be talking about that in greater detail, but for now it's hard to know if it even is currently accessible in the current version of the game until someone makes some more progress in collecting all of these relics. The rarity of this is insane to me. I love things like this in video games, and I know a lot of you do too. That's it for now then. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.